Okay, so it's been a while since we've had class, right? So it's like, I don't know what you guys remember, but the question that was asked previously in all the other word problems that we've had was find the zeros, right? How long, remember, if you had a graph and somebody kicked a soccer ball, right, or threw a whatever, kicked a soccer ball, you had a graph, and this is the height, H-E-I-G-H, H, is that right?
Yeah, H-E-I-G.
Is that right?
Yep.
Am I spelling it right? Doesn't look right. Okay, and then this is the time, right? So, at time 0, how high is the ball?
0.
0. And then at this time, I want to know when did it land on the ground again, right? In other words, how long did it take for the ball to land on the ground again? Find t, in essence, right? And that's what you've been doing. You remember all these? Remember that from a few days ago? Okay. There are 2 types of questions that you can be asked in quadratic word problems. 2 types of questions. 2 types of questions. Let me just see where I'm at. 2 types of questions. 2 types of questions. And if you keep this in mind, it will make quadratic word problems so simple. The first type of question is find the zeros. And usually, when they ask that question, Z-E-R-O-S, E-S. E-S? Zeros. I don't know. Find the zeros, right? And that usually is asked like this. How long is the ball in the air? Or when did the ball land on the ground, right? That would be the type of question. How long was the ball in the air? Or, or it could have also been like, how long is the ball in the air? When did the ball, or after how long did the ball hit the ground or something? After how many seconds did it hit ground? Right? Does that make sense? You guys get it? Those are the 2 types of questions, and they basically mean find the zeros. Find x when y is 0. Yes? Remember this? These are what you already know how to do, right? Those are all the word problems I've given you so far. But the other type of question is find the maximum height. Of the ball. Find the maximum height of the ball. And this you already know how to do. And actually it's way easier than the other thing. It's really, really easy. Because the maximum height of the ball is what part of the parabola? If this is your parabola, where's the maximum height? It's right here, right? Don't you agree with me? So it's what is that called when you have a parabola? What is this part called?
The XY axis.
This right here is called the vertex. Right? That's called the vertex. The vertex, remember? And about a month ago, you were graphing things by finding the vertex. Do you remember that? Do you guys remember any of the process?
Mm-hmm. I do.
Do you remember axis of symmetry formula?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the axis, okay, can I erase this? Did you guys all get this down?
Yeah, you can erase it.
You can erase it? Isabella, is that okay? Okay. So we'll do this in a second. I just want to be sure you understand the process first. So to find the vertex, you use, number 1, you use axis of symmetry formula to find x. To find x. The x of the vertex. And then 2, you plug x into original equation to find y. The y of the vertex, right? The y of vertex. And then to find maximum height, that's to find the vertex. Well, we'll get there. Okay? So let's think about it. If I gave you an equation like this, and I asked you to say find the vertex. I said y is equal to 2x squared minus 8x plus 4. And I asked you to find the vertex. Does anybody remember the axis symmetry formula? X equals negative b over 2a. Remember this? When we were graphing these, you guys learned how to do this, right? We used this formula, right? So we did negative b. Remember, this is your a, this is your b, and this is your c. So negative b, this b is already negative, so it has to be positive. Negative b, negative 8 is a positive 8. So here we go. I would say x is equal to negative b over 2a, which is equal to negative 8, which is positive 8, over 2 times 2, which is 4. What's 8 divided by 4? 2. Right? Are we still on? I didn't mark my thing, so I don't know. Okay, so I know x is 2 at the vertex. So I know my vertex right now. My vertex is, I don't know where to write it. Vertex is 2 comma something. Remember this?
Yeah.
Right? Remember this when we were graphing? We had to find the vertex, right? So that we could go over 1, up 1, over 2, up 4. Or up, remember that rule? Right? We have to find our y. How do we find our y?
Plug it in.
Plug it in to the original equation. So suddenly, here's my original equation. I'm going to plug 2 in for x. So y is equal to 2 times 2 squared minus 8 times 2 plus 4. So 2 squared is 4. 2 times 4 is 8. So that equals 8 minus 16 plus 4. How do I put that there? All right. And then, so 8, that's negative 8 plus 4 is negative 4. So I know that y is negative 4 when x is 2. And that's my vertex. Remember this? So suddenly, if I were going to graph this, what would I do? I plot this over 2, 1, 2, down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, down 4, dot. And then I do standard parabola guy times 2. Remember that? Standard parabola guy times 2. Over 1, up 1 times 2. Over 2, up 4 times 2.
Oh, yeah.
You guys remember this?
Yeah, I remember this.
Right? So I go, from here I go over 1, up 1 times 2, so twice, put a dot.
And over
And
2 up
I
4.
do it over here this way. And then over 2 up 4 times 2. So over 2 up 4 times 2, it's up here. So here's my parabola. Remember this? Okay, so that's basically it. You're finding the vertex, right? You know how to find the vertex and you know how to graph it. Well, now with these word problems, you don't have to graph it. All you have to do is find the the y of the vertex. Because think about it. Which of these tells you the height? This is x,
Yeah, the Y.
and this is y, right? X goes left and right.
Yeah.
Y goes up and down. So it's the y that tells you the height. Yes? So that's all you want. You want to know what is the height. When they say Leah throws a football, and the ball's trajectory can be modeled by this equation. Find the maximum height of the ball, find the vertex, and then the y of the vertex is your maximum height. That's it. Do you get it? I can't tell. You guys have blank faces today. So now let's do the problem. Let's do the word problem. Okay? And I think you're going to see how simple it is. Do you understand? It says find the maximum height. Maximum height of any parabola is the vertex, right? So the first thing I want to do is find the vertex. Okay? So here we go. It says Leah throws a football, and the ball's trajectory can be modeled by h equals negative 16t squared plus 96t plus 5. Now, as I look at this, what do we know? What is the initial vertical velocity of this? Initial vertical velocity.
96?
96, yes. Exactly. What is the starting height? 5 feet, right? That makes sense, right? Leo threw the ball, and the ball was 5 feet above the ground, right? And he threw it upwards with a initial vertical velocity. It's going upwards, right? And this accounts for gravity, right? Negative 16t squared. It's going to be negative, so it's going to go be a sad-faced parabola, which is the way balls usually travel, right? Okay, here we go. It says find the maximum height. So I need to find the vertex. Find vertex. And to find vertex, I use axis symmetry formula. X is equal to negative b over 2a. What's my b? My b is 96.
Yes.
So negative 96 divided by 2 times negative 16, right? 2 times negative 16. You guys with me? Right? I just am plugging this stuff in. Blaze, did I lose you? You got it? Okay. So suddenly that's negative 96 over negative 32. All right? Negative divided by negative is?
Positive.
Positive. 96 divided by 32 is
It's
3. So I know, we're talking 3 seconds. I know, well wait, that's my x of my vertex. So my vertex, right, is 3 comma something. It's the something that I need now. I need to find the y. All right? Now, what is my y in this equation? H. It's the h, right? They just use h to say height, so that you know your y stands for height. You see what I mean? See what I mean? Right? So I just have to find h when t is 3. Right? This means x is t. Right? T is the same as x, right? You follow me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. So I know, so I'm going to replace this. So I've got h, that's what I want to find out, is equal to negative 16 times 3 squared plus 96 times 3 plus 5. Okay? And do I have a calculator here?
Stop talking to me, you're distracting. I'm not talking to Blaze, but if Blaze keeps yelling at me and assuming that
Okay, guys. Shh. Can you do that for me?
Sure, what is it?
Okay. What's 16 times 9?
16 times 9 equals... Okay, wait. 16 times 9 equals 124.
Okay, negative 124, right? And then plus, what is
144.
96 times 3?
No, it's 144.
Oh, I thought you said 124. 144?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 144. And then what is 96 times 3?
96 times 3 equals 288.
288. Okay, plus 5. Okay, what is 288 minus 144?
144.
So 144 plus 5.
149.
149. So I know that 149 is, so this is the time and this is the height. What is the maximum height of this football that Leo threw?
149.
149 feet.
That's a big number, so we can graph that down.
Yeah, you don't have to
You
graph.
just have to get the.
You don't have to graph them. I was showing the graph so that you could, I was trying to remind you what you've done in the past, right? But that's all you need. So the question is, what's the maximum height of the ball? Maximum height, whoops, Height, is 149 feet.
Wait, is that what we have to write?
Yeah,
Or can we just write the vertex thing?
no. The question is, what's the maximum height? Maximum height is the y of the vertex. It's the 149.
Yeah.
Okay? Does that make sense?
Yeah,
All you're doing is using this equation. X equals negative b over 2a. Right? You find your x, which is your t in a lot of these equations, and then you find your y. You plug it in to the original equation, and the original equation, plug it in for t, and then you get your y, and that's your answer. Make sense? Pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
So that's, I'm going to just give you the homework so you can work on it, okay?
Thank you, Gary Bear.